June isn't just another page on the calendar. It's a battleground for imagination. In a world where games drop every week and vanish just as fast, only a few titles rise to the surface. The ones that challenge us, move us, or make us say, "I have to play that." This month, we're not talking about the usual. We're diving into 10 bold, bizarre, and breathtaking new games, each one daring to do something different. Some will pull at your emotions, some will mess with your mind, and some, they'll make you question if you're ready for what's next. So buckle up, because the games of June 2025 aren't just about escape. They're about discovery. And if you think you know what's coming, you don't. They called it Dune Awakening, but it overslept. Originally set for May 20th, the game hit snooze, delayed by 3 weeks after closed. Beta feedback shook the foundations. But what if that delay wasn't a stumble, but a signal, a sign that something massive beneath the surface had begun to stir? Set in the desolate beauty of Arrakis, Dune Awakening isn't your typical survival game. It's a vast, persistent MMO, where waking up means more than opening your eyes. It means choosing how to survive when everything and everyone is out to reshape you. The sand doesn't care who you are. It doesn't forgive mistakes. And neither does the world you're about to enter. You'll build, explore, scavenge, and fight, all while watching the horizon for storms that don't just threaten your body, but test your resolve. The harsh winds carve out more than canyons. They sculpt character. And in this game, survival isn't just a mechanic. It's an identity crisis in real time. The devs listened. They changed things. And that 3-week delay, it might be the difference between a game that fades into dust and one that defines a generation of MMOs. Whether you're a die-hard Dune fan or someone who's never seen a sandworm in your life, there's something magnetic about this world, something primal. And now, after sleeping past its original launch, it's finally awakening. Early access on June 5th, with a full launch June 10th. The question is, will you be ready when the desert opens its eyes? Because in Dune Awakening, the moment you stop adapting, the sand takes you back. Forget everything you know about soccer, or football, depending on which side of the planet you're from. Rematch isn't here to play by the rules. It's here to break them, rebuild them, and then blast them into orbit with a rocket-fueled bicycle kick. Created by the masterminds behind Sifu and Absolver, this isn't just a sports game. It's a battlefield disguised as a stadium, where 3v3, 4v4, or even 5v5 teams collide in futuristic arenas that feel more like high-tech coliseums than grass fields. You control a single player, no switching, no bird's-eye view, just you, locked in with the pulse of the game, the crowd roaring, the ball flying, and the walls shaking. Every match is chaos wrapped in precision. Imagine the wild energy of NFL Blitz, infused with stylish combat choreography and a sleek, cybernetic atmosphere. The game rewrites the traditional soccer playbook with full-contact tackles, off-the-wall rebounds, and special moves that look straight out of a sci-fi action movie. But beneath all the lights and metal, Rematch carries that same soul of one-on-one. Glory of rising up and owning your moment. It's fast, it's bold, and it's nothing like you've played before. Landing on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC on June 19th, Rematch doesn't ask for permission. It kicks the door down and dares you to keep up. Broken Arrow doesn't whisper. It roars, with the thunder of tank shells, the hum of drone strikes, and the calculated silence before all-out war erupts. This is real-time strategy reimagined, not as a slow crawl across a map, but as a sprawling, cinematic conflict that feels like it was storyboarded by Michael Bay. You're not just commanding troops, you're building a war machine, unit by unit, down to the smallest bolt. Will you load your tanks with reactive armor or thermal optics? Will your helicopters strike fast and vanish, or circle the skies like vultures? Every decision is a domino, and every domino can change the battlefield. Set against the backdrop of modern superpower warfare, US versus Russia, or Russia versus US, depending on your perspective, Broken Arrow doesn't lock you into black and white morality. It hands you tools and says, go win your war. But how you do it? That's where the obsession begins. This isn't a game for everyone. It demands your attention. It punishes hesitation. It rewards the micromanager who obsesses over every inch of terrain and every drop of fuel. And after years of silence in the RTS genre, this might just be the thunderclap fans have been waiting for. Deploying on PC June 19th, Broken Arrow is strategy with teeth. And it's hungry. What happens when your greatest threat is you? In the altars, survival isn't about slaying monsters or crafting gear. It's about confronting the fractured versions of your own identity. You play as Jan Dulski, a lone space miner stranded on an alien planet. But Jan isn't alone for long. To survive, he creates alters, alternate versions of himself, each pulled from a different universe, each shaped by a different decision, regret, or path not taken. These aren't just clones, they're you, if you'd chosen another. Life, a soldier, a scientist, a coward, a leader, and they all remember things you don't. Some may help you, others may question your every move. Some might not trust you at all. Wrapped in haunting sci-fi, emotional storytelling, and intricate base-building mechanics, The Alters asks one terrifying question. If forced to live with every version of who you could have been, could you survive? Yourself? Each altar brings unique skills to your team and unique tensions. Managing them is less about efficiency and more about navigating conflict, trauma, and the delicate balance between survival and self-destruction. Landing June 13th on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. The Alters isn't just about making hard choices. It's about living with the person those choices created. Some games hand you a gun. Mind's Eye hands you a question. What if the way you see the world isn't real? Set in the gritty, neon-soaked sprawl of Red Rock City, a near-future metropolis pulsing with tension, Mind's Eye throws you into the fractured psyche of a soldier, or maybe a former one. You don't remember everything, but what you do have is a neural implant, a device buried deep inside your mind, whispering thoughts that might not be your own. And here's the twist. You don't know what this implant is truly doing. Enhancing your abilities, controlling your decisions, unlocking memories, or erasing them. From Build-A-Rocket Boy and helmed by Leslie Benzies, a key name behind Grand Theft Auto, Mind's Eye isn't just another open-world action game. It's a narrative-driven descent into doubt, power, and identity. Every choice feels loaded. Every corner of the city hums with secrets. Visually, it's arresting. Mechanically, it's a mystery. And emotionally, it's the kind of game that lingers after the credits roll. Dropping June 10th on PS5, Xbox Series, and Steam, Mind's Eye doesn't just ask you to play. It dares you to question everything, even yourself. What if the world didn't just react to your choices, but remembered them forever? BitCraft Online isn't just another sandbox MMO. It's a living, breathing ecosystem, a persistent, player-driven world where every wall you build, every trade you make, and every ruin you uncover leaves a lasting mark. This isn't about quest markers or grind loops. It's about community, creativity, and consequence. At its heart, BitCraft gives you tools, not just to survive, but to shape. You can found a village, help grow a city, or become a wandering explorer charting the unknown. Players create economies, influence politics, and craft the stories that the game will remember. No reset, no re-roll, just evolution, forged by everyone who logs in. Visually, it carries a soft, storybook charm, but don't let that fool you. The ambition here is enormous. It's sandbox in the truest sense, open-ended, unpredictable, and player-defined. And smartly, the devs delayed its original May 29th release to avoid being overshadowed by giants like Dune Awakening and Elden Ring, Night Rain, a strategic move for a game about strategy itself. Launching on PC June 20th, BitCraft Online invites you to not just play, but to leave a legacy. The question is, what kind of world will you help create? We don't get many Tron games, and when one shows up, it better deliver something special. Tron. Catalyst doesn't just deliver, it glitches the rules of time itself. Set within the iconic, glowing circuitry of the Tron universe. This is a top-down, isometric action-adventure that finally embraces what makes Tron feel like Tron. Identity discs, light cycles, and digital rebellion. But what sets Catalyst apart is the glitch, a gameplay mechanic that lets you bend time loops to your advantage. You're not just fighting enemies. You're warping reality inside a digital world that's always shifting around you. The action looks sharp. Movement is fluid. Every encounter feels like a blend of calculated combat and digital chaos. You'll master glitches, loop your decisions, and rewrite combat outcomes, all within a world that pulses with that unmistakable neon DNA. And unlike other modern reboots that chase trends, live service, FPS overload, you name it, Tron, Catalyst, dares to feel classic and new at the same time. Coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and Nintendo Switch on June 17th, this one's a wild card. The visuals are there. The concept is intriguing. The only unknown, can the developers deliver on the promise? But if they do, this might be the Tron game we've waited decades for. Just when you thought the nightmares had settled, Five Nights at Freddy's comes crawling back, and this time, it brought something smarter. Secret of the Mimic is the 11th mainline installment in the FNAF saga, and it's not just another haunted pizzeria simulator. This time, you're thrown into the pitch-black halls of Murray's Costume Manor, a place draped in creepy nostalgia, rusted suits, and silence that knows your name. You're here for one job: retrieve a mysterious Fazbear prototype. Easy, right? Wrong. Because something else is watching. Something that doesn't just stalk, it mimics. The Mimic is an advanced, shape-shifting endoskeleton. It learns your movements, it copies your patterns, and it uses them against you. You're not just hiding from it, you're hiding from yourself. The tension isn't just from jump scares anymore, it's psychological. You're second-guessing every sound, every flickering light, every familiar shadow that might not be what it seems. It's a test of memory, instinct, and pure nerve. Visually, the game ramps things up. The environments feel richer, darker, more oppressive. And while past first-person FNAF titles flirted with innovation, this might be the one that finally sticks: The Landing. Launching June 13th on PC and PS5, Secret of the Mimic doesn't scream for your attention. It waits in the dark and whispers. You thought Mario Kart was just about tight tracks and power slide corners? Think again. Mario Kart World is flipping the formula, and for the first time ever, the race isn't bound by a circuit, exclusively launching on the Nintendo Switch. 2 Mario Kart World takes the high-speed chaos we all love and drops it into a fully open-world environment. No laps, no barriers, just sprawling regions packed with secrets, shortcuts, and wild surprises waiting behind every drift. Up to 24 players can roam together online in real time, turning casual kart racing into a dynamic playground of strategy and discovery. Explore at your own pace in free roam mode or face elimination in Knockout Tour, where the last place racer vanishes after every lap. But that's not all. The world draws visual inspiration from the Super Mario Bros. Movie and Mario Wonder, blending vivid colors with cinematic flair. There are unlockable outfits, unexpected racers, yes, even a cow from Moo Moo Meadows, and a massive interconnected map that changes the way you think about racing. Launching June 5th, Mario Kart World isn't just another entry. It's a reinvention, a bold, playful leap into the unknown. And for the first time, the road ahead isn't a track. It's an adventure. You don't play a Kojima game to understand it. You play it to feel something you didn't know you needed. And with Death Stranding 2, on the beach, that feeling returns. Bigger, stranger, and more prophetic than ever. Norman Reedus is back as Sam Porter Bridges, and the world is once again unraveling beneath your feet. But this isn't just a sequel, it's a reflection. Kojima has reworked the narrative to mirror the global chaos of recent years, including the impact of COVID-19, turning fiction into a kind of poetic echo of reality. You're still delivering, still traversing desolate landscapes, still caught between connection and isolation. But everything feels amplified. The scale is grander, the world is more hostile, and the emotional weight of your journey cuts deeper than before. Familiar faces return, mysterious new ones emerge, and yes, the funky fetus is still here. Visually, it's mesmerizing. The terrain feels alive. The silence between steps becomes part of the soundtrack. And while we don't know all the answers, we never do with Kojima, we know this. The game will challenge what you expect from storytelling, from gameplay, from meaning itself. Launching June 26th on PS5, Death Stranding 2 doesn't just ask you to reconnect a fractured world. It asks, what if the world never healed, and you were the last thread holding it together? So here we are. 10 games, 10 worlds, 10 reasons to believe that gaming still has the power to surprise us. Maybe you found something that sparked your curiosity. Maybe something stirred your heart. Or maybe, just maybe, you felt that old fire light up again. The one that reminds you why you ever picked up a controller in the first place. Because these games, they're more than pixels. They're mirrors, warnings, love letters, war cries. They're everything the world is. Strange, beautiful, broken, and worth fighting for. So don't just watch, play, feel, react. Share this with someone who still believes that a good game can change your day or your life. And if no one told you today, you're still allowed to get excited about magic, the kind we call video games.